Hey guys, welcome back to Love Letters to Broadway, the podcast where we give you our Broadway tips, tricks, advice, and discuss our adventures. This is episode 11, and I'm Michelle.
Hi guys, I'm Skylar.
And we are super excited because today we have a few really fun topics. Not only is this our special Halloween little episode, but we're also going to
Mm.
be reviewing Sunset Boulevard, which we've now seen twice, and it's just we have to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think we could put it off for another week.
No, I have to get these thoughts out of my brain.
Yeah.
It's just so good. But we'll get to that later. So starting off, we always start off the podcast by talking about our top three hyperfixation songs of the week. And this week's not going to be any different. So Skylar, would you like to go first?
Okay. So the again, we don't discuss this with each other, so we'll see if we have similar ones. Um, but at my number three, I think we both rediscovered this musical this week, but Shrek the
Mm,
Musical, I've been
yes.
playing. I really like This Is Our Story. I don't know.
Oh,
I
you know
know it's
that's
random.
that's one from the musical I always skip. I'm not gonna lie to the audience.
Yeah, no, I really love it. I don't know. It's just like a nice wrap up to a musical. And you'll see that a lot of times we don't like how musicals end. So
That
it's
is
a good wrap up
true.
song. Um, I just like it. And I like, I'm an ogre.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I don't
You
know,
know,
that makes me dance.
interesting. That's a really good point. It is true. Very often the two of us don't like how musicals end.
Yeah, I think when a closing number is that good, where it's like, I don't know, they include like the other fairy tales, so it's like and an ogre and a not an ogre and a gingerbread man and a
And
whatever,
a very handsome pumpkin.
whatever.
And an elf.
Yeah, and a cross-dressing.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good one. Um,
Yep, that's a good choice. Good choice.
yeah. So that's my new like album I've been playing, which is like so random, and I think because you put it last week. So then I was like, oh yeah.
Hmm.
And then at number two, I've been re-listening to the last 5 years just because I know they're reviving it with Nick Jonas, which should be interesting. But I love I Can Do Better Than That. I think it really just shows like Kathy and how naive she is. And you'll see like the uphill and downhill of their relationship. And she's like
Have,
judging her friend for like
oh.
rushing into things and getting pregnant and whatever. And then she meets Jamie and kind of does the same shit. But
Oh. Did I
yeah,
ever tell you that I've never heard a single song or anything from the show. Like
I love
I
that
know
show.
nothing about it.
Yeah, I like that show. I like the obviously Jeremy Jordan and Kendrick, the movie version I really liked. But I also just really love the music. It's sad. It's very, I mean, it's the uphill and then you see this relationship getting built up and see it breaking down. So it's sad,
Mm.
but it's really good. I like it.
Do you
I think
think
it's very realistic.
Nick Jonas is gonna do a good job in the role?
I hope so. I don't know.
Hmm.
I need to hear him sing like one of the songs and then I'll be like, okay. I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
it's Nick Jonas.
obviously. Am I nervous though? Yeah, I'm insanely nervous,
I'm
but we'll
surprised
see.
to hear that because I know you're a big Jonas Brothers fan. I would think that you'd be like all gung ho for it.
I know. I, if you don't know, I was Mrs. Joe Jonas growing up for Halloween. Um,
What?
so you're talking to the future Mrs. Joe Jonas. I love the Jonas Brothers. I still do. I saw them at Yankee Stadium. Stadium, best night of my life. Um, but there's something about those songs that I can't picture his voice. And I guess that's my
Interesting.
issue.
You
Yeah.
know, I feel like sometimes like
Not an
celebrities
issue.
and like stars and stuff like label themselves into a certain category after a while. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the problem here. Like I can't picture him really doing anything else than pop. Like I know he started off doing Broadway, but like
Yeah.
I think about that like video of him as Marius and I'm like,
Yeah, you know
I feel
me
like
as a
sounds
big Les Mis
horrible.
person, I don't listen to his Marius. So that says a lot because you know me, I be picking and choosing YouTube videos of who to listen to from each. I don't listen to his Marius. So
Wow.
we'll see. Not saying like I whatever. Love Nick Jonas. I don't know, but we'll see. I need to hear him sing a song though.
Mhm.
And another throwback musical I've been listening to is Bonnie and Clyde. You gotta listen to it. It is amazing. I
Again,
like
another
the song.
musical I know nothing about.
Yes. So the song that I've been listening to is "The World Will Remember Us," like nonstop. I don't know. I love their voices together. Laura Osnes and Jeremy Jordan. Oh, it's a very Jeremy Jordan heavy.
Hmm.
Huh. Because that version I've been listening to for the last 5 years, I listened to Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick too. Um, so interesting. Um, but whatever. Their voices together are so good, and it just shows you how messed up Bonnie and Clyde were, where they're like, "I'm just gonna kill people," and like, let's get on the big screen.
Wait, is that what they did? I literally know nothing about them.
Bonnie and Clyde?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I
Wait,
think
wait,
so.
wait a minute. They were real people?
Yeah. Wait, I don't know.
Really?
Wait, I could be lying. I don't know. Wait,
I feel
are
like
they?
they
I
are
feel
they?
like they are.
I
They were
think
like
they
murderer. Yeah, they were serial killers.
what?
Yeah, I was right. Okay, I got nervous during the Great Depression.
Oh,
They did bank robberies and multiple murders
I
and
probably
all
sound
that.
so stupid right now. I apologize to everybody listening.
No, I don't know why I question myself. Like I need to just trust myself because I was like, were they?
Wow,
Yeah, they
it
were
says
fucked up.
they were killed by the police.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were so twisted. They wanted to be big news. So it's kind of like Chicago, I guess. The musical Chicago. You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
they wanted to be on the picture show.
And it's
So
the
they were
same
just
time
twisted.
period.
They were just twisted. I think they just did a like Broadway HD has it. I'm pretty sure they just redid it.
You know, we've
A
spoken
pro
about it
shot.
before. I think we need to get Broadway HD. I want to watch Between the Lines, and if that's on there, I do want to watch this too because
Yeah.
it's a problem that I did not know it was even a real story.
But yeah, tomorrow we should definitely um I'll play that song for you because I think you'll like it. It's very I mean, it's like the world will remember us. Also, I
Mhm.
feel like I'm not pronouncing words correctly, so I apologize. I feel like I was just trying to talk I feel remember and I couldn't like but
Listen,
yeah,
it's
it's
one
really
of
good.
those evenings, okay? It's late on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We're slurring here.
Yeah, it literally sounds like I'm slurring. So yeah, those are my top three. Very different, very
Interesting
weird.
choices, new
Yeah.
choices.
Yeah.
My top three is a little different too.
Hmm.
Um, so in my number three spot is again a song that we rediscovered this past week because of last week's episode, which was For the First Time from Tarzan, which I played for you in the car the other day. I just
Yeah.
can't
It's
stop
great.
listening to it. I spoke about it last week if you all want to hear my spiel, but it's just one of my favorite songs. Um, Number two, I don't think you're gonna know anything about this. So a few years ago, Disney did a live action stage and movie musical version of Freaky Friday.
Oh, I heard about it, but definitely haven't listened to it.
Yeah, so it's the opening song from the show, which is Just One Day. And it's again like I spoke about this last week. I really like songs where there's overlapping. And it's really
Hmm.
cool because it overlaps between the mom's perspective, the daughter's perspective, the stepdad, the son. And it's just like it's a really interesting start to the musical. And I think you would actually really like the song. Um, but yeah, some reason I just can't stop listening to it this week. I've been listening to it like every day. Um,
Sometimes it's just how it is.
Yeah, you just like rediscover a song and then it's like boom, there you go.
And you can't
Um,
stop.
and then number one is a choice that I don't think I've had in my first spot before, but it may have been in my list in the past. It's Great Expectations from Outsiders.
Yeah,
I've been really
that's beautiful.
into Brody's voice this week.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but
still manifesting.
ugh, it's on our list. We gotta go see him in the show.
Yeah.
I want to see him. Well, we so far we've seen Trevor as Pony Boy, but I do really want to see Brody, and I really want to see Josh too. I'm
Yeah,
very curious about him. We saw him as Johnny, but I want to see him now in
I
the other
really liked
role.
him as Johnny too. It's
Hmm.
great.
Yeah, he was fantastic. So yeah, those are my songs for the week. Different choices than I usually have. A couple more ballads also.
You
Usually
did
I'm
three?
I did three. For the first time from Tarzan, Just One Day from Freaky
Oh,
Friday, and Great
there we go.
Expectations from
Oh
Outsiders.
my God, I forgot the Freaky Friday. I forgot that whole conversation within a second. Oh my God.
It's a week. It's been a day.
It's been a day. It's only Wednesday, and that's a problem. That's
So
so funny though.
funny. So before we get though into our Halloween stuff, we're also want had some really cool things happen to us this week. We've had a lot of lottery wins,
Yeah, so Michelle won Tammy Faye, which we saw yesterday.
which was
Um,
interesting to
that was
say the least.
interesting.
Um,
Uh, uh,
hmm,
mm,
maybe not our
mm,
personal top
think they have a
recommendation.
lot of work to do,
Yeah.
personally.
To be
A
fair,
lot.
this was only the third day of previews,
Yeah.
but
Although,
yeah.
uh, uh,
Uh,
mm,
there
yeah.
there were some interesting moments in the show to say the least. Like I guess spoiler alert, but there's these weird giant mascots that come like looking down on you and
That
creep
was
you out.
I saw that in my dreams last night. Like, what the heck was that?
I was thinking about that too. I think that was like the best moment at the same time because randomly in the corner you have a giant lamb chop, and I was like,
Yeah, like,
"What?"
what? That was creepy. Um,
Um,
they definitely like the book needs to be worked on a little bit. Um,
the
a
songs
lot of the
too.
storyline was missing parts to it, it felt like.
It was
Um,
so rushed, and
yeah, there was a
even
lot
like
of issues.
there was some weird acting choices, and I just, you know what I felt? I'm gonna be very honest. I
Yeah,
felt like I was thinking like that this last night actually. Like Christian Borle, this huge Broadway star. I felt like he was really trying to do the most he could do with the
yeah.
material at hand, but I think even he was aware that the material's not great, and I just got those vibes as we were watching the show.
But I also think there was a lot of like trying too hard to be funny, if
Hmm.
that makes sense. Like, you can be funny without intentionally being funny, but I felt like they were really trying to push certain bits, and it was just like not funny
Hmm.
and like very like weird and didn't make sense. So honestly, would we go back? Probably not.
Oh no.
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 Um, glad that we won lottery for it.
Yes.
Um,
And I
but
will and I will say, I mean, obviously we're not going to do a full review of the show, but the new Palace Theater is stunning with the way they
oh,
did the
gorgeous.
renovations. The two
Yeah.
of us were like shocked by how nice it was in there.
Yeah, because you reminded me that SpongeBob was in there. I was like, I wasn't here at this theater. Like, I don't, because it was so different. So, that was interesting. And then I won Death Becomes Her. So we're gonna see that
Yay!
tomorrow. And we actually just found out it was $40 tickets, okay? And I just got the email like what, 10 minutes ago before we started recording.
Mhm.
We're front row center. Like what?
I can't believe it.
So we'll definitely probably review that one. Um, or
Yeah.
just do a vlog on TikTok or something. We'll let you know how the seats are, if they're worth it, all that.
Yeah. And it's also a great show to see like right during like Halloween week.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm
I'm
like, should I
excited.
wear a Halloween shirt? Sweater?
Oh, do you want to go
I don't know.
spooky vibes tomorrow? We could both go spooky vibes.
Yeah, I don't know. I was also thinking I have like a sweater dress that's like comfortable, easy, call it a day. So I'm in between
Maybe.
like two different things.
Skylar and
Um,
I take our dress plannings very seriously. Like we've already planned out what we're wearing to Elf. Like,
we don't even have tickets, by the way.
yeah. Oh yeah, but we've already have it planned out. We're gonna
Like
match.
literally, yeah. So I was actually looking at tickets today for Elf.
We gotta talk about Elf more because I that's what I am not missing.
Yeah, but I wonder if they'll do a lottery because it is a Broadway direct show.
They probably will have a lottery. I just don't know how easy that one will be to win.
Yeah. I think we go in November though.
Yeah,
I
actually, we may have better luck with a lottery in November too.
That's what I'm thinking. I think December is gonna be like a nightmare. Because when I was looking at Today Ticks, it went from like the lowest price where you're all the way up, but those were like 62. And then I looked in December and they went up to 92.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, what?
They're
So
using that holiday boost.
yeah.
Okay, so we gotta talk about that more. So
Yeah. And
yeah, those
then
are
we'll
mhm.
talk about it later, but we Sunset Boulevard, we digital rushed it on Today Ticks and got
Yeah.
$45 tickets for a Saturday. And we were row, what was it, G?
Yeah, Road G right on the aisle where Tom Francis walks down when he comes back in from the big street song, which
Amazing.
was
So,
that was such a crazy moment.
yeah.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
also we have another thing. Tomorrow we're
Oh,
seeing Death
Friday.
Becomes Her, but on Friday, Skylar won tickets to go see Maybe Happy Ending. So we're seeing
I
that
forgot
Friday.
about that for a second. Sorry, it's been a week. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing three shows this week, which is kind of crazy. And it's not even
I
the weekend yet.
Not even the weekend. And I counted so far, this will bring us to like 8 shows this month.
October is our month.
It
Didn't we
was
say that?
yeah, we kept at first we thought it was September, but then we thought, you know what, maybe it's actually really October, and it definitely was October.
Because do we pay? We only pay full price for Sunset that one time in Moulin Rouge. We paid. That
But
was
they
it.
weren't even like full price because we went to the
Yeah, they were
box
like,
office and they were already discounted at that point a bit.
yeah.
Like
So
we
we're
never pay
doing
more than like $100 for a show. Max.
no, because there's no way we'd be able to see as many as we want to if we were paying like 200 a show.
Exactly. The
Hence why we
one
haven't gone
show
back to Outsiders.
Well, that's so true. Tickets
Yeah,
have just their prices have
skyrocketed.
skyrocketed. But that's like the last show we really want to see this month. We also really want the Outsiders like special playbills. So
Yeah,
somehow we got to figure out a way to go.
definitely. We'll see. We got 2 weeks. No,
Yeah.
a week. What is it?
A week and a half.
Oof. So yeah.
We got to
And
get on it.
while Yeah, and while we're like on that spooky train of things before we get into some Broadway news, I figured let's rank some Halloween movies and songs. 'Cause you know me,
Yes.
I love my Halloween time, Halloween time. Um, if everybody follows us on Instagram and stuff, I posted like in my classroom, I put a Christmas tree up, but I covered it with a white sheet so that it looks like a ghost.
I didn't
That's the
see that
highlight of my
yet.
morning.
Wait a minute. I didn't even see that myself yet.
Wait, I didn't send that to you?
No, wait, when did you post this today?
No, a long time ago. It's been
You
in my
did.
classroom for a long time.
How
I
did
thought
I
I
miss
sent it to you.
that? No, I did not see that.
Oh my God, I'm sending it to you right
But
as we
yeah,
speak.
Skylar especially gets really into the Halloween stuff. Like yesterday, she wore spider earrings to Tammy's face.
Oh yeah. I wonder what I'll wear tomorrow. I have Beetlejuice ones. Maybe I'll do Beetlejuice. And I
Oh
have the
my
Hocus
God,
Pocus
that
ones.
wait a minute,
Isn't
that
it
looks
so
sick.
funny? It's so funny. I love it.
You posted this on Instagram? I did not see this.
Yeah, on the story.
You should post this again because that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
the
God.
best idea ever.
It's like a little creepy.
Well, you know what's funny is I did it before the kids came in the morning. And when
hmm
they came in, they're like, "Oh my God, there's a ghost." And I was like, "What? There's a ghost?" They're like, "Look, Miss Skylar, there's a ghost behind you, behind you." And I was like, I don't see it."
Oh my God.
It was the funniest thing ever. I was like,
Trolling the kids.
I don't see a ghost. Like, what are you talking about?
That's so
It
funny.
was so funny. But yeah, that was fun. I love Halloween.
Oh my God, that's such a
Halloween,
fun idea.
Christmas. Yeah. So, do you want to go first with the movies?
Sure thing. So
Again, we didn't discuss.
we did not discuss anything, and we'll go three, two, one like usual.
Yeah.
So in my number, I struggled
It
because
was.
I don't like horror movies. I don't like things that scare me.
Oh, I
I
didn't do
don't do
horror.
horror.
Mine are all like Disney.
Okay, good. Mine are pretty
Okay.
much too. Okay. In my number three spot, I don't know if it counts as a Halloween movie. So that's why I put it in my number three spot, but usually they would be like higher up. But I put the entirety of the Harry Potter series. Now,
Oh, is it a
this is
Halloween
con
movie?
this is conflicting. Some people think of it more like Halloweeny because witches and wizards. Some people think of it more Christmassy because the first
I was
movie
gonna
has that whole
say,
scene during
yeah.
Christmas. I think it counts as both because I am a proud Hufflepuff and I love me some Harry Potter. So that's
Hmm.
in my number three spot.
Didn't even think about Harry Potter.
I know. I first I didn't think about it either. Then I was like, you know what? It has a wizard, so I'm gonna count it. Number two is Halloween Town, which is I think one of the
Iconic.
best Disney Channel original movies of all time.
Nothing tops it.
Nothing tops it. I mean, Debbie Reynolds, iconic, on it.
Wait, so I have a skeleton outside of my home, sitting on one of our chairs, and
Mm.
he has a sweatshirt on, and it says "Being normal is vastly overrated" from Halloween Town, the quote.
Yes,
He has a little
yes.
hoodie on. That's funny too, my skeleton.
Did you name him Benny?
I should. I didn't name him. I was
Well,
gonna buy him a friend, and then I had to stop myself.
I think you should buy him a friend, and from this day forward, the friend's name will be Benny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it's such a good movie. So that's number two. But number one, which is my favorite Halloween movie of all time, is Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
There is nothing that beats that movie. I could quote it from the front to the back to the side to the other side. I don't know. I just love that movie. Bette Midler is a superstar, Sarah Jessica Partner. I mean, like, it's just so good.
It's timeless.
I watch it like
You have to
multiple
watch it
times a
once.
month.
Yeah. Yeah. I already watched it twice because I
Amazing.
just put it on as background. Like, why
Did you
not?
ever have I used to when I was younger. Did you ever have a crush on the human version of Zachary Binks?
No.
I used to think his like his actual like human version was cute. Like at the end of the movie, and then like the little girl goes, Zachary Binks, where have you been?
Bye-bye.
But I thought he used to be so cute.
Oh my God. No, I didn't even think about that. I don't know. Honestly, when I was young, like when it was first out, I was scared of it. Like I couldn't watch it.
hmm
And then I waited, well, this is sad. I waited until like senior year of high school because I was still scared of it. And
What?
me and my sister sat down and watched it. And I was like, oh, it's not that scary.
It's
And
like
now
the
I've been
least
fine.
scary Halloween movie.
I don't know. I was a very sensitive child. But I just in my mind always was like, oh, I'm too scared. Yeah.
Okay, if we're talking about movies that scared us, a movie that I almost put on this list in my number three spot, but I didn't. But it says on Google that it counts as a Halloween movie. I almost put the live action version of Scooby-Doo.
There's a Oh
Yeah, the
yeah.
live action ones. And
I like that one.
it says that they count as a Halloween movie, number one and two. I almost
Yeah.
put them on my list, but I don't know. I didn't know if it really counted. And I got to be honest, that movie terrified me as a kid. I had a nightmare like multiple nights in a row because of that Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Those monsters, like, what are those?
Yeah.
I did not like them, but
I do love it.
it
I
is a
should
good
watch it.
movie. Yeah, now I'll
Nice.
watch it, no problem. But it's interesting how you grow
Yeah.
out of things.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Mm.
So actually at number three, I have Halloween Town. I love
Mm.
Halloween Town too. I also love Halloween Town High. Love it. I used
Oh,
to want to go to the high school and go in the lockers and be like a secret meeting with all the monsters and goblins. Love it.
same, same.
Love it. Although it is annoying that they recasted Marnie. That was rude.
That was in
But
Halloween Town 4, right? That was the college one.
no, the high.
No, it's her in High.
She was in that one?
Yeah, she's in the first three, and then Halloween Town
Oh, yeah,
4,
yeah,
they
yeah.
did
The
the other
college
girl.
one. Yeah, that was weird. Um,
Yeah, the college one is not even close to as good as the
I
other
don't think I've
three.
ever watched it. Um, because I was butthurt that they recasted. Number two, I have Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that movie too. Love it.
See, I'm always am like, does that count as a Halloween movie or does that count as a Christmas movie?
I think you can watch it both times, but I would say it's more Halloween.
See, I would say it's more Christmas.
Well, they kidnapped Santa Claus, but
I mean, they kidnapped Santa Claus, and I guess it is about the people of Halloween Town, but at the same time, there's so much Christmas in that movie, and Christmas is also in the title.
I don't know. I count as Halloween, so whatever.
Okay, Miss Snaps.
I've been doing that a lot, the snapping.
Yeah, you
Um,
did that a lot the other night. You kept like snapping in the car.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I learned it from. I don't think Trisha Paytas. I don't think she does that, does she? She
I,
might.
I
Who
thought
knows?
everything you learn is from Trisha Paytas.
I feel like, which she liked our TikTok,
Oh my God.
My Woman.
Skylar messaged me when that happened. She's like, Michelle, my
Literally my queen.
queen.
Liked our Wicked. I can't. I can't even believe it. But I don't think she snaps. And then as number one, I put Hocus Pocus 2. Not number two, but two, like
Oh,
T-O-O.
okay. Okay. I was like, Hocus Pocus too?
T-O-O.
Okay,
I
good.
liked Hocus Pocus 2. I mean, it was,
It was
you
all
know, it
right.
was all right. It just doesn't surpass one.
No, and I don't think it really, I don't know. I feel like is that the word canonically? Canonic? Like in
I have no idea.
so
I teach pre-K. Like,
I think it's canonically like canon. I don't think necessarily some of the things were canon. And like you could tell they were pushing for jokes in number two.
yeah,
But that's just my thoughts.
just like Tammy
So
Faye.
true.
Evil laugh.
Halloween laugh spooky.
Spooky.
What about songs? Did you think about songs?
Yeah, I have three.
Okay, you want to go first?
You could go first.
Okay.
I feel like I.
And my number three spot is going to be Thriller by Michael
Why did I
Jackson.
forget about that? Iconic.
I did too until I Googled.
I just did top of my head. So
Yeah,
I
I
guess
could not think of Halloween songs. I was kind of struggling. But yes, absolutely Thriller. Especially the if no one okay, people listening, you gotta listen to the version of Thriller that's in MJ the Musical. It is so good.
so good. I would see that again.
Yeah, that's on my
That
list to
show's so
go to
good.
again. We loved it.
Loved. I didn't think we were going to.
I didn't think we were either, but like we left there like this is one of the best shows we've seen in a long time. It was really good.
Remember when I accidentally wore a dress that matched the playbill?
You blended it.
It literally blended. That was funny.
Number two, I guess this is a little ironic because I was just arguing against this, but this is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. I just,
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of Halloween, I think of that song, This is Halloween, this is
Yeah.
Halloween, Halloween. Okay, it's good.
It's
But
good.
I still would argue, I think Nightmare Before Christmas music, but whatever. But that even English?
I
I
have
like
no idea what you
mumbled that
said. I'm
whole.
just gonna say okay.
I said I was, I said I, oh my God,
I
I need sleep.
just I'm so dead.
I would still argue that Nightmare Before Christmas is the Christmas movie, but I'll put that in my number two spot. Okay, I think that was English.
There you go.
Um, and my number one Halloween song of all time is I Put a Spell on You from Hocus Pocus. That
Iconic.
version is such a groove. And that's all I'm gonna say.
And that's the end of the note.
That's the end.
Okay, so interesting. I put a spell on you as 3.
Three?
Yeah.
That's insulting to
It's
Bette
still
Midler.
among
I'm
the list.
sorry.
Get out of here.
I'm
Don't put
teasing.
that
I'm
on me.
teasing.
On my soul. Oh my God. I feel like as we have to come up with like a better recording schedule because after work I'm like the sass is just like out and I'm like I've been talking all day so like nothing makes sense. So yeah, I put that as 3. I love it. And then at 2, which is very weird because I think this was your number 2, I put This Is Halloween.
Hmm.
Love that
This
one.
is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween.
Yeah, it's so
Halloween.
good.
Halloween. Halloween.
So good. But an honorable mention, and I forgot about it until right now, the Oogie Boogie song. I love that song.
Shout out Ken Page. Rest in peace.
Oh fuck, yeah. Sorry, I just cursed really bad. My bad.
We're
Um,
gonna get rated R this episode.
my bad. That's my B. And then number 1, I put Time Warp. I love that.
Oh,
Back
I forgot
to
about Rocky
the time.
Horror.
I love Rocky Horror. The with Victoria Justice? Yeah. Victoria
Yeah,
Justice.
that's a great
Her,
version.
yeah, so good. But I also love the old school one. Still
Hmm.
iconic. But
I
yeah, I
really
didn't
liked
put
Ryan McCartan in that.
right.
Mm.
He played a good role. Although, sorry, Ryan, I like Jamie as JD more. My B. Oh, I'm starting
Oh,
beef. Beef.
this is a
Could
spicy Wednesday.
yeah, it's like your controversial take. I'm gonna get comments. How dare
Gonna get,
you?
you're about to get us canceled.
Could you imagine? I think he's great. I just think Jamie just elevated JD. But would you say The Heathers is a Halloween movie?
Yes,
Right?
I think it would count.
I
It
forgot
is
about that. Yeah.
creepy.
Very creepy. So yeah, those are our spooky picks.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Do you see this one piece of hair? I'm sorry. Do you see this? Like what? Where is this coming from?
It's a style choice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we love Halloween.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Oh, do we have copyright issues? Copyright Nightmare Before Christmas. We're not stealing your materials. I don't know if they let us
Oh,
sing
I didn't
it.
even think about that. Sorry.
Um,
Yeah.
so moving on to Broadway news. Why did I do that in a British accent?
Remember what I did?
Oh, I'm talking about this on the podcast. So
Yeah.
last night at Tammy Faye, Skylar for some reason got into British mode,
Yeah,
like
I don't
before
know what
the
happened.
show, and she started talking like British accents very loud.
Yeah.
And there were British people sitting behind us.
You know,
I
like
turned to
really
Skylar,
loud.
I turned to Skylar really quickly and I go, I don't think you should be doing that right
I don't I think you said something else. You
now.
said something
I thought
like
it was
we're not doing
that.
this right now or something. It was very like it was so funny. It was so funny.
We were on another level at Tammy Faye last night. I will say that.
I mean, I definitely have looked over to you multiple times and like was like, what? Like I could
I,
not control
I think
myself.
I think half the audience was doing that.
Yeah, I was
I'm
looking
not gonna
around.
I'm not gonna lie. I heard a guy during intermission and he like yelled out. He was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not staying for act two of this." I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah. We'll see. I don't foresee it lasting long on Broadway. I think it's a
Mhm.
very niche crowd that would want to see it, and I don't think that's enough to keep ticket sales.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think it has to be people who know who Tammy Faye is. And to be honest, I didn't even realize it was a real story.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I went to work today, and they're like, "You didn't know that was," because there was a lot of because it's Christian, um, so there was a lot of like songs about God and Jesus and stuff, and I was like, I had no idea that was what was it gonna be. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Come on, you didn't know who Tammy Faye was?" I was like, "Yeah, I had no idea."
But like there
So
was a whole song about Jesus is inside me and it just wasn't funny. Like they were trying to
it
make an
was supposed to be
innuendo.
funny, yeah. It was interesting. Um,
Some Broadway news.
yeah. So Brody's back in Outsiders. Yay.
Yay.
So everybody can chill and stop gossiping.
Stop making rumors whether or not he's leaving the show.
He was literally in Japan living his best life, as he should.
And good for him. I'm happy for him.
And he dyed his hair.
And I will say the blonde looks very lovely.
It looks lovely. Um,
Oh, we're going British again.
and then I just started thinking of that song for My Fair Lady. I love that song. Is
Wait, which one?
lovely,
Now wouldn't it be lovely?
lovely. Yeah,
Lovely. Is that, wait, that's my favorite lady? Oh, yeah, it is. You're right.
yeah. My fair, I love that.
Um,
Um,
so that's exciting
yeah,
news.
I'm excited. I think it gives us a chance. I don't think he'll be out as much since he's home,
Mm-hmm.
homebound.
Mm-hmm.
But good for him. So that's
Yeah.
why he wasn't in the promos, people. There you go. He was in
Mm-hmm.
Japan, and they probably needed to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Completely makes sense. All that controversy for no reason.
crazy town. It's all right though.
hmm Some
It gave us
other
something.
really exciting news is that it was announced this week that Joey Fatone from NSYNC is going to be in & Juliet as Lance. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
If anyone knows me, I love a boy band.
yeah.
Okay? I love NSYNC, love Backstreet Boys. Give me a little Big Time Rush. Give me a little One Direction. Rest in peace, Liam. But
Mm.
I cannot wait. I want to see Joey Fatone.
Yeah, we're gonna try to rush. When does he come? Do you know?
I think January he starts. I have to double
Oh, that's
check.
good.
But I looked this morning at the & Juliet Rush just out of curiosity what I would get offered, and I got offered front row tickets for tonight. I didn't even tell you.
That's insane. So
Yeah.
highly recommend rushing. Um,
And it wasn't
yeah.
even at 9 a.m. I checked like 2 hours later and there were still tickets.
Oh, snap.
hmm
Okay, that's wild.
I think front row for that show would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
We had close to
Well,
that.
wait, were we second row or third row?
I think
Third.
third or fourth. I think we were row D.
We were like, but we were in the center. We got those rush. So recommend doing that. Um, and another exciting show is Ragtime. Those videos got released. Holy shit.
It looks fantastic. I wish we could go. I think it's going to be above our price point. We had to keep an eye on tickets. We were, the
Joshua
two of us were
Henry.
annoyed. They had this program that you sign up for if you're under 40 and you can get
Yeah.
$28 tickets. So we signed up, we got the access code, but it's only for like 4 performances. And when you go to log on to those performances, there are no tickets left for the $28 tickets. And like
Uh,
I checked like immediately as I got the email. So I don't know if they didn't release the tickets, if something got confused, like in transmission, but I don't know. We were really counting on those seats. So
yeah.
we got to
Because
think through our game.
Joshua Henry's voice, like again, I saw him in Carousel. He was incredible. So him in this is gonna be, I mean, you just listen to Wheels of a Dream. I love that song. Like
Mm.
that one I've definitely played over and over again. But
I
yeah, we're
really
definitely
want
gonna have
it.
to,
Yeah. I really want to hear him sing Make Them Hear You.
yeah, he's incredible. Like he just opens his mouth and it's like perfection.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll keep looking, but if you can
That's-
get ragtime tickets, definitely go and let us know. Because
Yeah,
wow.
please. I mean, the entire cast, the Cassie Levi, like Brendan,
Yeah,
it's such a good cast.
yeah, it's definitely something that we have to keep an eye on. SeatGeek and all that.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah.
hopefully, hopefully. And then some other Broadway news. A short 30-second clip was released of Jonathan Groff as Bobby Darin for the new musical coming out in the spring. I'm not gonna lie to you, Skylar. I'm a little hesitant to go see it. I think he's gonna be fantastic, but I'm hesitant to go see the musical for very embarrassing reasons.
What?
I don't know if you know this, but in first grade, I broke my arm tap dancing.
Uh,
My dancing school sent us to a nursing home to perform for the elderly, and
uh,
the floor was very slippery, and I smashed my right arm, like smashed it.
uh.
And the song that I broke my arm to was Splish Splash by Bobby Darin. And every time I hear that song, my arm gets a sharp shooting pain
Oh
going up
my
it.
God.
And they've already announced that that song will be featured in the show. So I physically don't know how I'm gonna sit through that because I like when I hear that song, I want to cry.
That's the most dramatic thing I've ever heard in my whole life. Oh my God. Is it the Splish Splash? I was taking a bath. Is it that one? What?
Don't sing it, it hurts.
Oh, that's the song?
As soon as I hear it, I get an immediate pain in my right elbow going up my
Oh
arm.
my God.
No, listen, I smashed my arm hard. I like fell face forward, my arm completely twisted backwards. It's on camera somewhere. We got footage.
All right,
Anybody who
well,
want to
I
ever
will go
see
by
it.
myself because I'm not missing Jonathan Groff. Um, well, you
I
could listen to Splish Splash, or maybe you should start listening to now and expose yourself.
I need exposure therapy.
Literally, I'm
I am
so dead.
traumatized from that song.
I can't.
Traumatized.
I can't even. Um, I thought it was gonna be something so serious too.
Just don't know if I could do it.
I don't know. Well,
I
I
I
want
I
it real
always
bad.
try I always try to avoid that song at all costs.
Oh my God.
Like if I'm in a room and it starts playing, I'll leave the room.
I'm speechless.
I'm surprised I never
Um,
told you this.
you couldn't because your arm would be throbbing the whole time.
It's throbbing now thinking about it,
Oh my
honestly.
God. Okay, well, I don't know. Personally, I will be seeing it. This might be a solo adventure for Skylar. So,
I
I'm
mean,
excited.
don't
I've never seen Jonathan Groff live, so
never.
no.
Okay, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I would go for Jonathan Groff. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to sit that number. Like, you may have to physically hold me.
Well, you know me, I won't be doing that. Um,
Don't even lie. Because during Sunset Boulevard, every time they do the shots, you grab me for dear life.
did I? I don't even
Yes, you
know.
did
I
it
get
both
so
times.
scared.
You did it both times we saw that show. You did it during Tommy both times.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, you like hide. You like go into like a
I
little
don't,
cocoon.
yeah, I really do. It really scares me.
Mm,
I wonder why. Yeah.
it's just
Um,
loud noises. It is
yeah, the loud
scary.
noises. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited that he's coming back to Broadway.
So I guess we finally should get on to our Sunset Boulevard review. I feel like this is going to be a very long episode, but we also have a
Yeah,
lot we want
sorry.
to talk about.
Yeah, a lot going on.
A lot going on, but good things going on. It's been a good week. We had a lot of exciting like shows and opportunities this week, so
Yeah,
fun stuff.
wild.
So before we start, I know I say this on a lot of other ranking videos as well, but just kind of what we do is we go through like different categories and we rank them 1 to 10 to try to get a fair ranking of Sunset Boulevard. The categories we
Mhm.
go through are costume, set design, songs and music, choreography, the book, ambiance slash crowd control, casting choices, acting pacing, and then an honorary mention is always theater bathrooms, but we don't rank that.
It's important.
It's important. It means a lot to Skylar in particular.
Yeah, I always visit them. Michelle, maybe not as much.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Another ranking I was thinking we should add to the list one day is does the theater sell a Kit Kat bar?
Yeah. Or jumbo too. Like that's
Yeah.
important.
Like that was the best part of Tammy Faye last night. I was able to get a king size Kit Kat.
For $6.
$6. It was a
That's not
bargain.
bad. Not bad at all.
So yeah, so that's kind of where we start out with. But just to kind of quickly summarize Sunset Boulevard a little bit, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it because everyone's been talking about it right now.
Yeah.
But this version of Sunset Boulevard, which was directed by Jamie Lloyd, originally premiered in the West End in London, won a ton of awards there. But
Mhm.
Sunset Boulevard is the story of Joe Gillis, who's a writer in Old Town Hollywood, and Norma Desmond, who used to be a silent movie actress. And um, what happens is his car breaks down, he stumbles upon her house, tries to go in, just to kind of like make a call and wait to try to get his car fixed. And she ends up telling him that she wrote this movie that she wants to star in. Can he help her with editing the writing so that she can submit it to, I believe it's Paramount or Universal,
Mhm.
um, to see if the famous director DeMille will direct the show. I mean, direct the movie. Um, so you end up finding out throughout the show that she suffers from a lot of mental illness. There's a lot of twists and turns. Um, it is it's very haunting to watch, but it's very beautiful at the same time. Like, I don't know, I don't want to spoil too much because like I feel like it if people go to see the show, it may ruin certain factors of it. So just heads up in advance that there are some spoiler alerts in here.
Yeah, it's
Um,
kind of hard not to like we're gonna try our hardest, but it's definitely gonna be a little difficult for some parts to not spoil a little bit.
Yeah, because there were some twists and turns that we were stunned about.
Yeah.
But also at the same time that this is all going on, that Joe is staying with her and trying to help her out with writing the screenplay. There's also another woman named Betty who works at the studio.
Mhm.
She's engaged to his like really close friend Artie. They start developing a little bit of a romance. They try to write their own movie together too. And it just causes a lot of drama.
Yeah. A
Is
lot
there
of
anything I
twists.
left out?
I don't think so. I think that's the good overview without giving away too much.
Yeah. So also just like as we said before, Skylar and I saw this twice now, but it was literally twice within like a week and a half. So I feel like our ratings will really be for like both sessions kind of combined. I think that's
Yeah.
fair.
And you know what? Before we get into it, can we talk about where we sat? Because we sat
Yes.
in two different sections. So after the first time we saw it, we bought the tickets at the box office. And the guy, we love the guy. We wanted to give him a gift, honestly. But he recommended mezzanine. Like right? It was just mezzanine. It wasn't rear
Well,
mezzanine.
he recommended mezzanine row J, which is it's not front mezzanine, it's like the first row of the rear mezzanine, but there's like a walkway, like an
Yes.
aisle in between you and the front mezzanine, so no one can sit in front of you, and there's like a little bar. And like he
Hmm.
said, if you sit here, it's like the best view in the mezzanine because we're short. He said that no one tall will be in front of us. There's a lot of leg room, and he was right.
Yeah, it was great. We had no problem seeing anything. You could, if you look down to like the other mezzanine seats, they had definitely a hard time because it was not raked well. We
Mm-mm.
were able to see over everybody. So that was great. And then this time we rushed tickets and we got row G in the orchestra. And at first, I saw TikTok that said that the orchestra seats are not the best place to sit because the screens get cut off and it's a mezzanine show. But I can tell you, I did not feel like I missed that much sitting in the orchestra.
No,
Um,
I think if we missed anything, we missed one scene like when Nicole first enters, but we
yeah.
only missed it because we were literally like the aisle seat on the left
Yeah.
side.
If you were
But like if
anywhere
you're
else, you'd be fine.
yeah, I mean, and also at the same time, it's like you have to weigh your pros and cons. Yeah, we missed her entrance, but we also were on the aisle when Tom Francis walks back in after singing Sunset Boulevard, so he was like immediately next to us. So,
Yeah. And I would say the only thing I personally miss is um I didn't see spoiler. Spoiler. Well, it's the
mhm,
start of it.
yeah.
Um Joe comes out of the body bag. I didn't see him unzipper it and get out. I just saw him when he was fully standing up.
Yeah.
And but that was it. The screens weren't cut off. I was able to see
Yeah.
everything else.
I think the reason you didn't see that part also though was because I think you had someone taller in front of you. Like I had this
Yeah.
little old lady and I was able to see
Yeah.
it fine. So
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were
know if
good.
that's yeah, I don't know if that's the angle of the seats. I think that's more due to raking.
Yeah. So that was the only thing. I mean, we did luck out where the people in front of us weren't like insanely tall. Like you lucked out extremely. That lady was so tiny. The guy in front of me was kind of tall, and he wanted a booster seat, which would have been messed up. Thank God they sold out.
Yeah, I it's I when they announced that they were gonna get boosters, like we heard them asking an usher. I turned to Skylar and I was like, Skylar, if he gets an usher, like I mean if he gets a booster, like the view is gone. Like we will see
Yeah.
nothing. So I
I would have
started
said
trying,
something to him,
yes,
honestly.
yeah. I think Skylar was gonna say something, or I was gonna try to see if we could get us boosters ourselves, but by me trying to go get us boosters, which they were out anyway, so no one got a booster seat.
Yeah.
Somehow I saw that Bobby Conte Thornton was at the show. He walked in as
Yeah,
I was walking out.
that was great. That was insane.
Yeah, so
Um,
that was a cool moment.
yeah, I don't think I was gonna get a booster. Well, I wasn't going to. I feel guilty because I'm not short. I'm not tall. Very average, but like I just feel guilty because I feel like I'm not the person that should be getting a booster. So
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
why
well,
you,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're
So
taller
you
than
left by
me,
yourself, and
but
I made friends with the people next to us, like
but
always.
actually, I was gonna ask for two boosters. I was gonna grab one for you just in case. But like, I mean, but you and me do have a height difference. Like, you're at least 3 or 4 inches taller than me.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I just would feel way too guilty doing it.
Yeah. So I guess we should get into the nitty gritty. So, starting with costumes, there aren't really costumes.
No, which honestly, it makes sense. Like I'm glad there wasn't costumes, if that
It
makes
doesn't
sense.
it doesn't need it. Like so Jamie Lloyd's work in general is very minimalistic. So everyone was in black and white, but everything was coordinated so well.
Hmm.
Um, and everything like had you could tell even each outfit had a significant purpose. Like Joe and Artie were both dressed very similarly in the beginning of the show, and I think it was to kind of signify how Betty was going to have a thing with both of them.
Yeah,
Um, And also, even like the way they handled, there was only one costume change in the entire show, which is Joe changing out of his street clothes into the suit that Norma buys him, and then changing out of the suit that Norma buys him when he's like had enough.
yeah, which makes sense for the character development. So like
Yeah.
everything was very much calculated and like made completely sense, so much sense.
Yeah.
Um, so I even like Norma's dress, I loved it. I think it was the perfect black dress, even like the cut of it too. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything about it was so smart because it shows her like I'm gonna just say it, like sex appeal because it
Mm-hmm.
has, but it also is that mourning look that she is deep down always in mourning and fighting the battle every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was
A hundred
so
percent.
important.
The only costume, and we talked about this, that I would maybe have changed was Betty's.
Yeah, it was, I would say the costume and probably maybe the way that her braids are.
Yeah, so she
Um,
has like those braided French braids like but pigtail style. And I
mhm,
just feel like as someone who's supposed to be the love interest of Joe. I don't personally think it's the most feminine and attractive hairstyle. Like it almost looks too young. I mean, and
Yeah.
her character, I mean, what she does is not the nicest thing. I mean, she literally like cheats on her fiance, and that's not a spoiler. I mean, it's a well-known part of the story because
Yeah.
she falls in
Yeah,
love with
definitely.
Joe. So like I just feel like it was too innocent of a hairstyle for that character.
Yeah, to me, I was relating um the character from Hamilton, um, Maria Reynolds.
Hmm.
I was like relating it to that, and I kind of wanted to see her hair like down and maybe like a red lip or something. Just a little bit of a scandalous, a little bit. Because I feel like her costume didn't do it well. But if they could
Mm-mm.
have, if they kept the costume and just changed those little things, then I would have been like, yes.
Hmm. Even like the Converse sneakers with the knee-high socks, like it just didn't match.
Yeah, I didn't love that at all.
I feel like they really tried to make her blend more into the ensemble, but it just
Yeah,
didn't work.
yeah.
That was the only thing in the whole show.
Yeah, because even the ensembles, their costumes are incredible.
I like some of their costumes better than hers.
Yeah, same. So then, like,
Um,
this is gonna be hard. But I would rate it at 8. I'm gonna take two
really?
points. I'm gonna take two
For
points.
because of Betty?
Yeah, I believe that's fair.
I think for me, I don't know. I still think the costumes are so significant to the show by how simple they were. I think a 9. I would take 1 point off for Betty's outfit, although I really don't want to, but I just feel like I have to because that was the one thing that
No, I agree.
bothered me a little bit. Um, there was also a really stunning moment of the show when like the entire ensemble comes out in Norma's dress. It's
Yeah, I was
crazy
gonna
how
talk about that, but I didn't want to like. I didn't know if that was like an extreme spoiler.
I don't think it's an extreme spoiler. It's just like one of the choreography pieces, but
Mm,
it's such a stunning moment because it shows you how significant a simple black dress can be.
yeah. No, that was so cool. It was
Hmm.
wild to me that that got me so excited.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that whole scene. I was like, "Oh my God." Like what?
and actually I did like being in the orchestra because you got to appreciate the costumes and like that scene more and stuff.
Yeah, because we have bad eyesight. Like if we're being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Like
Like we
we
got
gotta be
glasses and
close.
contacts over here.
We got problems, so we need orchestra. Um, but I'm glad we saw it twice. Like there, whatever. That's a whole other thing. But
Set designs. I don't have a question in my mind. I think it's 10 out of 10. There really
I
is
was
no
gonna say the
set,
same
but
thing. I
yeah.
was gonna say the same thing. Even though like we saw Our Town and that was like minimalistic set, but this was minimalistic, but it made perfect sense. Everything made sense. And
Hmm.
you didn't even realize that there was no set. Like
No.
you had no idea that there was really no set. So
And
they did a great job in that.
you didn't need it. Like you knew
No,
exactly where they were, at what
amazing.
time, why they were there, but
Yup.
also the beauty of the set design of the screen and the way it comes down to look like movie credits, like
Oh, love it. Love.
it's brilliant. And the really the main set piece of the entire show is the camera. The camera does all the work.
Yeah.
And
So good. So good.
it's the angles, the way it's all directed and choreographed. It's stunning.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, no notes. Literally, you would have no idea that there is no set.
Mm-mm.
And that's how it should be if you're doing minimalistic stuff.
100% agreed.
Iconic.
Songs and music. All the
Ah,
songs, as we all know, are written by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Okay, this is gonna sound really mean in a way, but you would not think this was the same guy that
no.
wrote Bad Cinderella. Like
Nope.
the
So good.
music, neither of us really knew the music before going in. It is so
I'm so happy we didn't.
breathtaking. Same. It is It's so breathtaking and stunning. The lyrics, like, you know what was interesting? The first time we went, I felt like I was just like kind of hearing the orchestrations for the first time. Like I didn't really,
Mhm.
we were further back, it was harder to understand the lyrics. But when we were closer, like I was listening to every single word and like grasping it, and everything was just written so so well. Like even the song I'm
Oh,
thinking of.
now I got the Glee song,
Oh
the
my
Glee
God.
version of the thong song. Okay,
Oh
sorry.
my God, I can't even talk tonight. The song I'm thinking about is As If We Never Said Goodbye. It is, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I was looking up the lyrics the other day. It's just every lyric is so like you could tell like it has a purpose and it's meant to like continue on the story and like it really helps you understand Norma more as a person and what she's really longing for and what she wishes for.
Yeah,
Um, and it's just like it's a moment that steals the show. I think it says a lot that like there were three standing ovations throughout the show for three of the
yeah,
songs.
literally. I like the one where without the moon.
Hmm. The duet between Joe and Betty.
No,
I think that's what you're thinking of. No?
no, no. When Norma's singing, when they're sitting and watching her old movies, and she goes into a trance.
Oh, yes. What is that
We,
one called?
we,
New Ways to Dream. New Ways to Dream. That
thank
was the
you.
one.
Yes, I just think it's such a beautiful way of putting the character of Norma. Like
Hmm.
that she thought that she was gonna be like forever like that icon
Hmm.
and she was gonna be the reason why the new generation succeeded.
Hmm.
And it just
It's
amazed
in,
me.
and you know what's also interesting, which I feel like a lot of people may not know, is that Sunset Boulevard has no dialogue. It's a sung through musical for the most part.
I feel like they had dialogue.
It's very, very minimal, if any.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's
there's
beautiful.
there's some dialogue towards the end when she's like, "I'm the greatest star." Like, there's some dialogue, but it's a lot of sung through.
I'm forgetting the part that I'm thinking of, but I remember they were talking at one point, but I'm forgetting. But whatever.
I
I-
think the only way to summarize it is the music's a 10 out of 10,
yeah, I can't wait for the album. Like I cannot wait.
which comes out
'Cause
already this Friday.
yeah, it's so like I kept saying that like when we were leaving, I was like, I wish we could have it to listen to right now.
Mhm. Right now, we'll
It's
just keep
so
listening to
beautiful.
Sunset Boulevard.
Literally, literally. And it's wild because every time we went, we only went twice, but and we will be going again.
Please.
Her first song got in both shows, everybody stood up. Well,
Hmm.
most people, which I think is so cool that now that's a new thing that the audience members are doing.
The only other show where I saw people give multiple standing ovations like that was Hello Dolly with Bette Midler.
That makes sense. She
Um,
should every time. Um,
yeah. And I saw someone post about this today because last night was Mandy Gonzalez's first performance. I hope on Tuesdays Mandy gets the same respect that Nicole does during the show
I
and
was
gets
thinking
that
the
too.
same thing. I actually really want to see her. I'm so curious how she plays Norma.
And well, we gotta go try to go on a Tuesday.
Yeah, because I hope she does too. I was thinking the same thing. How like not intimidating, but almost intimidating it might be for her. And I really hope people are being kind.
I hope so too. So far, it looks like she got great reviews being in the role, and people did say that she made the role her own. Like she did
I
certain
like that.
moments. Like at
Yeah,
one point, Nicole goes into the splits. Mandy doesn't do that. Like she does. She changes the way she acts it a bit. So I
yeah.
really would like to see it and then compare and contrast.
And did you see that the picture they put it because they have the Pussycat dolls, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, they have In the Heights.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
love
that.
that. Love it. So I definitely want to go on a Tuesday, and we like going on Tuesdays.
Hmm.
Um,
Tuesdays
because
are always a nice day.
I want to see her. I'm very curious and how she interacts with Joe, how she switches, because Nicole does a great job in Well, we'll talk about it. We That's a
Yeah.
whole different.
What's also interesting though is, and I don't know, I mean, maybe it works. They kept the same young Norma. They don't change it the night that Mandy goes on.
Yeah,
And seeing the show, I don't think that this young Norma looks as much as me like Mandy as she does
yeah.
Nicole.
She does look like Nicole. Oh, like they did an amazing job with that. But yeah, I don't
Identical.
think she doesn't look like Mandy at all.
Yeah,
But
so
I have a question though. Huh? Do they curl her hair? Because Mandy has the curls.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they just want you to like kind of believe like as she got older, she curled her hair. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I really
But
like that too.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
difference between the straight and the curly.
But that's the thing. Nicole like has the straight black hair, which is the same as the young Norma Desmond, and just like you can tell very easily this is the same person. I wonder if we're gonna feel like it's gonna separate us a little bit from the story.
Mm,
Like I
yeah.
don't know if it's gonna look as like smooth of a transition.
Yeah. Definitely curious. Definitely
Yeah, I
curious.
feel like we have to go.
Yeah.
Um, choreography.
Ugh, stunning.
It is brilliant.
And I love the ensemble. Like, they needed a louder applause for half the time
hmm
because it would just quickly transition. But like even their movements was sick. Like with their bodies and I don't know, it was just like incredible. And I'm not one to notice. But in my head right now, I'm replaying it. So that's how you
Yeah.
know it stuck out for me.
Yeah, I can remember it too, especially that dance party on New Year's Eve
I
with the
love
way they're
that.
all shaking their bodies.
Wait, I
It's just,
love that.
I love that everything had a very contemporary, modern, hip hoppy feel
Yes.
to it, but also felt very 1920s where the show was originally set. Like, you didn't question what time period you were in.
Nope. It
Like,
was so good.
it, every
Holy,
choreography skill was so brilliant. Also, the solo pieces of young Norma Desmond were stunning,
stunning.
the way they were choreographed.
The way
But
she
also,
moved her body. Like what?
but also, I feel like as part of the choreography, we got to talk about the camera work because even that's choreography in itself. With hold the camera at this angle, at this point, and zoom in on her face like this, and show her moving her body like that, or
Yeah.
like even choreographing like I want you to zoom into Betty's face here, zoom out, turn to Joe's face here during the party. Even there was like during the New Year's Eve party, there's one moment where the cast is dancing, having a great time, and it's you have three different cameras going on showing Joe, Artie, and Betty all at the same time. And even that's a piece of choreography. Like it was just
Yeah.
so brilliantly done. Like I've never seen a show like that.
Another one that stuck out in both times when we saw that, I was like, how the heck are they not running into each other? But when Max, Betty, Joe, and Norma are running around the stage and like crisscrossing,
hmm
I'm like, how in the heck do they remember that they gotta go this way? This how because they could literally collide in like a second.
Do you think it's all that part's all choreographed? Do you think they told them just, stay away from each other, be aware of each other's surroundings?
I think it would have to be choreographed because in the moment I would just start running and I would have no idea where anybody was.
Yeah.
I think it has to be. I don't know. It was really cool. 10
I
out of
give it a
10.
10 out of 10.
No notes.
No notes at
Well,
all.
yeah, literally none.
The book, brilliant. I don't know what other words to use.
I've never left a show like lately, I'll be honest with you. Most of the musicals we've gone to, they're great, but like they didn't leave this feeling that I think we both felt for Sunset Boulevard.
hmm
I was in shock at how much I loved every aspect of it. The storyline, even the way that they included mental illness and they didn't make it distasteful.
hmm
And the way they wrote her certain lines, the way it was just showcased how unstable she was. And oh God, it was so good.
And it was also interesting to me the way Jamie Lloyd interpreted, an older book. Sunset Boulevard's an older show. And he
Yeah.
really made it current
Yeah.
while also honoring the classic. It was just every line is just brilliant, and it does like keep pushing the story forward. But like you
Yeah.
really learn so much about each of these characters and why they become the way they are. Why does Joe give in and stay? Why is he desperate? What are Betty's beliefs? What are Norma like
Even
why
Artie,
does Norma become the way she is? Even Artie,
like, amazing. Oh,
10 out of 10.
literally 10.
Ambiance / crowd control.
Hmm. Oh, well, the first time we went, remember the girl next to me? She put her headphones on.
Yeah, that was actually really inappropriate. She had her
But,
headphones on during the show and she was like on her phone and stuff.
but honestly, it annoyed me, but I was
Yeah.
so captivated
Yeah.
that it was like, it
And
took me
that
out for a
was
second, but not long.
and that wasn't the audience fault. I mean, not the audience, the usher's fault or anything like them missing like someone filming the show.
Yeah, that's why, like, I think when you go into the theater, there's no music. It's very dark and there's a lot of fog before the show even starts, which at first I was like, "Oh, this is like creepy." But I thought it was such a great idea because it brings you into the mindset before the show even starts.
Yeah.
And
It
really from start to finish, it captivates you.
I agree. It definitely sets the tone very well, which when we're thinking about ambiance, I think that's what we're looking at. The only thing I would argue with the smoke and the fog is that, like, for me, as someone who wore contact lenses, fog like that really dries out your eyes and, like,
Yeah.
it made me struggle a bit. But also, a post I saw on TikTok today, someone was saying, and apparently a few people were agreeing, people who have really bad asthma. Thankfully, I have mild asthma, but there are people who have, really bad cases of asthma. The fog like that, just sitting in the air, got them like very asthmatic during the show. They were having problems. And they especially said, especially in the balcony, because the fog rises, they were really struggling with
Ooh.
breathing up there. Like they all were saying that they had to wear masks because they felt like they couldn't breathe throughout the show.
Oh. Okay. Well, E.
I
That's
mean, it's
bad.
not that's not our personal experience, but
Yeah.
it was something that I saw today and I was like, oh.
Hmm. Yeah.
Something to
That's
think
hard.
about if you're asthmatic. Maybe don't go to the balcony.
Yeah, we personally didn't want to go balcony just because of heights, and it's far up. We were looking,
Very,
holy shamoly. Um, but personally, like the smoke, the fog, smoke, fog, same thing. Um, it got to me at one, like I remember during intermission, I was looking at, you should tell me to look at something. I was like, oh my God, my eyes are really hurting. I was like, I can't see that far right now. So
yeah.
that would, I think I'm gonna rate it an 8 out of 10 just because of that. But other than that, like I think they did a great job in the fact that it was no music before the show, and then
Yeah. I don't think it needed it.
no.
I think
Because I
for
remember
me,
at
yeah.
first we were like the first time we saw, we're like, oh, this is like not a vibe. Like there's no music, there's nothing. But then the second time it made sense.
Hmm. I think for me, I think I'm gonna still give it a 9.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't bother me too much, the fog. It did at one point like burn my eyes a little bit, but I think it also could have been because I was like I was the last, like when we saw this last time, I was the last seat in the row. So I feel like I may have been far enough in the fog that maybe like it didn't hit my eyes as much as it hit yours.
Mm.
And I didn't really feel it in the mezzanine. I just kept saying to you, I was like, it looks foggy in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the mezzanine, I didn't really. I noticed, but not like it wasn't crazy.
Yeah. Casting choices, 10 out of 10.
10.
There's not a single, I don't even know we have to really talk about it. There's not a single casting choice I disagreed with. Everyone was brilliantly casted.
Even already 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
10 out of
Like,
10.
wow. Nicole's choices in the way she said lines, acted lines. especially when we sat in the orchestra and you were able to see her facial expressions, it was so haunting when she would switch between like this happy go lucky lady and then she would
Mhm.
flip when he would say something she didn't like. And like the way that she said things, like even at the last song that she sang was when she's covered in, I'm not even gonna say,
Yeah.
um,
But
just
even
the
like,
way that she sang that
yeah,
song and oh God, it was so haunting.
haunting. You really believed that she was this character. Like,
Yeah.
there was not a single bad acting choice made by anyone in the cast.
No.
And I mean, and we always say like casting choices and like our next category, which is acting pacing, always goes like hand in hand. But even like, you know who also was like haunting throughout the show? David Thaxton as Max.
Oh my God, he was so good.
He is brilliant. Besides
Yep.
having an incredible voice, the way he portrays the role, you really believe like he, would do anything for
Hmm.
Norma. And like also Tom Francis, brilliant Joe. He plays the role like, he has that naivety. I don't know what the word is. I
No,
don't know.
no.
He's very
I
like
must just say nativity. Okay.
nativity.
Oh
He's
my God.
he 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 shows that the character is more on the naive side, which is why
Yeah.
he like doesn't see really what's everything that's going wrong at the start. But also like the way he switches throughout like halfway through the show. Like the first act, Joe is very naive, very young. The second act, Joe is like, I'm a man now and there's something not right here. Like, but also
Yeah.
like I'm so captivated by her, I have no choice but to ever stay. Like, it's just brilliant.
It's so good. So what was really funny is every time Max, when they would put the camera on Max, I found it so funny when they would zoom into his face. That was killing me every time.
But like I thought that was such a smart choice too, because it just shows you how terrifying even Max was as a character.
Yeah, because he would literally do anything she said. Um, I keep having thoughts and then they go away.
Do you
Oh,
think Max also had like a mental illness thing going on? I mean, he was obsessed with Norma. Like you find out. We can't spoil. That's a big twist that we cannot spoil, but he's
yeah,
obsessed.
it could be. I mean, definitely. Um, but it is sickening that one person can have that much control over somebody for so
Hmm.
many years. Like what? I never could imagine that.
Hmm. Never. I don't know. Overall, I think the show was
So
brilliant.
good.
What do you give acting and pacing? 10 out of 10?
And
Okay.
even the
We
ensemble, like
yeah.
they elevated the story. They
You know,
progressed the story.
You know what I also liked? Every single ensemble character and oh my God, I can't talk
Remember?
tonight. Every single ensemble member had a moment of the show that spotlight them, whether it was
Yeah, I
like
love it.
one song, like one line, one moment, one dance move. Every single person got featured, and I think there needs to be more shows that do that.
Yeah. And you know what just came to my mind is the opening number. I saw some people not loving it. I love the opening number. I think it shows Joe's life in one song and how he's so obsessed with becoming this person, but all the struggles of Hollywood. Like,
Yeah.
that opening song to me, 10 out of 10, when they're on the phone, he's talking to different people, trying to get meetings with people. Like, brilliant.
And
10.
actually, now that you said that, that was one of my favorite moments of the show too. And I know I didn't notice it the first time we went, but I noticed it the second time, like during like the peak of the song when he starts like getting really frustrated and he runs back towards like the center of the stage in the middle, like a little further back, and all of the cast members are kind of like dancing around him. And
Yeah.
like he's trying to get their attention. He can't get anyone to listen. And he just starts getting really pissed. and really
Yeah.
angry. And like you could tell he is like going for it 100%. Like you could see the progression of how angry he's getting throughout the song and how frustrated he's getting at Hollywood. And I thought that
Yeah.
was brilliantly directed and choreographed as
I
well, that
know
like one
too.
little moment. But also Tom Francis does such a good job with it. And I also
Yeah.
really liked that in such a serious show, they found moments for comedic effect.
That okay, that was what went pew. I had it here and went pew out of my brain. Yes. Because what I was gonna say, because we were talking about Tammy Faye, was trying to be funny when it wasn't, and it wasn't funny. They were funny at like the right moments, and like it was funny, and it wasn't
Hmm.
like stupid.
Yes.
So they did a great job with that. Like everything was planned out perfectly in that
Yeah.
show.
I really feel like the show is just like, if it doesn't win Best Revival of a musical, I will be stunned.
I'm suing.
And I'm so surprised that there are some people who are giving it mixed reactions. Like I heard that it got mixed reviews from like the Times and stuff, and I don't understand why. I think I,
Excuse me?
there's a lot of times, and this is probably gonna cause a lot of controversy, but like the actual reviewers don't give a show good reviews, and I think it's fantastic. This is
Mm,
just a note for everyone. Don't let the reviews stop you from seeing a show and making your own opinions
yeah,
because this show is outstanding.
amazing.
The two of
I'm
us, like,
shocked by that.
yeah, I was shocked too. Like literally, the two of us cannot stop talking about the show. Like we've become so obsessed with it. Like sometimes we'll just like sit there and like randomly like, hey, do you remember this moment of the show? Like we analyze it. Like it's so
Yeah.
smart. I don't know.
I also saw a video, Jordan Fisher, he was at opening night. I think it was yesterday he posted the picture video on TikTok and he was like, I'm still thinking about Sunset Boulevard. That's it. He's so like I was like, yeah, I agree, Jordan. I agree.
I agree, Jordan. Jordan, you have good taste.
Yeah.
So we're at our favorite moment of the podcast where I try to figure out our final scores while Skylar chats with you all.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah.
but I
Okay.
realized we didn't chat about theater bathrooms. So there's your topic.
Oh, we didn't, but I don't remember the theater bathroom. Oh, well, I'm getting mixed up. I think it was good. I think so. If I'm remembering, you walk down some stairs, which me against stairs, it's a lot. It made me tired, but I think it was pretty good if I'm remembering correctly. But overall, Sunset Boulevard, we definitely recommend you try to rush it. I don't know if you'll be able to get the seats that we got, because that I feel like was a lot of winner to begin with. But we paid $45 for those seats. I would recommend just grabbing any seat. If you're okay with heights, just grab the balcony just to be in the room of such a brilliantly made musical. Um, and also just keep trying the rush. I don't know how we got it on a Saturday night for those seats, but really just keep trying, keep trying. Um, highly like I can't wait for this album to come out so I could just replay it over and over again and just relive it through her voice. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the album to come out. And I think once it comes out, we're gonna be blasting it. I think that's gonna be our Friday music when we go in for maybe Happy Ending.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I wish tomorrow was Friday.
Yeah, but tomorrow we got Death Becomes Her, so I'm excited for that too, though.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's been a week. Definitely been a week. A crazy week. A lot of lottery wins. A lot of shows and previews, which we'll see if we want to see it again once it is out of previews. We'll
So
see.
far, the only show that I want to see out of previews is Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they said the night that we went that that was the like they were not going to make any more changes. Like that was
Yeah,
it. So
which
I
is
think we kind of
cool.
saw the final version. Also, what was crazy is somehow we got handed opening night playbills.
Yeah. We don't have the sticker,
No,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
says it,
Meanwhile,
which
I
is
think
cool.
mine started bending, so I gotta fix it. I gotta get that in a wrapping
Yeah.
ASAP. So I have
Yeah.
our rankings, our ratings are in. Your overall rating was a 9.5 out of 10,
Oh, that makes sense.
and mine was a 9.75 out of 10.
That makes sense. I knew it was gonna be like the
Accurate.
highest ranking show. Cause like
Ac-
wow.
it was phenomenal. And actually, this was something I just remembered I wanted to talk about. I mentioned this to you the other day too. So last week we went through and we ranked our top five shows, and we said
Hmm.
that we would come back and reflect and let everyone know if like our ratings changed a bit. I put Sunset Boulevard in my fifth spot. After seeing it again, I'm actually going to move it up to my third spot. So third would now be Sunset Boulevard, fourth would be Outsiders, fifth would be Tarzan.
Mm,
I've officially made the change because this was just, I think I could see this
stunning.
over and over again and never get bored.
Yeah, definitely. What, did I even have it on mine? No.
You did, you had it in fourth.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it there. Iconic, so good. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
Highly, highly, highly recommend. Well, anyway, I think that's it for this week's episode.
Pretty long. Hopefully you stuck around. It was definitely interesting.
We had a lot of rambling this week, but they were good rambles.
Good rambles. A lot of new casting. Brody's coming back.
Yeah.
Gotta talk about our people.
Yeah, but I'm excited for next week's episode. We're about to see two more new shows, so hopefully we'll talk about maybe one of those, or we also thought of some fun topics that we want to talk about in a future episode. So
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
see what's coming, but stick around, folks. Well, anyway, like we say every week, please follow us on social media. We post a lot on there. We can be found on TikTok at Love Letters to BUA with one Y, and on Instagram at Love Letters to BUA with two Ys because one Y wasn't available. And also, as always, if you would like to chat with us about a business inquiry, you can reach us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. Once again, that's at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. You can reach us 24/7. Please reach out. We would love to chat with you.
Definitely. We love Broadway.
We love Broadway. We love for making friends. Skylar
Yeah.
especially. Skylar's very good at making friends the past few shows.
I made a friend, well, two friends at the Sunset Boulevard, the two old people next to us. They were so nice.
Shout out old people.
I've become that person who talks to everyone, so I don't know.
It's very funny to watch.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, once again, I'm Michelle,
And I'm Skylar.
and we
Yeah. Are
are signing
signing
off
off
on
on
our
our 11th
11th
love
love
letter
letter
to
to Broadway.
Broadway.
Oh God, that
My
was
bad.
really
That
slow.
was fun.
That was
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully,
a
we'll record on a day that we didn't have to work. So,
yeah. Although I feel like they like Lupia, so hopefully this
yeah, true.
entertained you a little
Double
bit.
clue. Exactly. Um, so have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.